A back-to-back. How do you approach the first game of the two, Tim?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early, lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it could also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren out there with Jalen Williams, and it's Booker in at the 5.
When defenders give you that kind of space, you have to keep them honest.
Here's SGA, following the score by Dallas. Over to the wing. To the inside. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Holmgren.
Yeah, nice possession there. J-Dub gets the ball around the rim, and he knows how to finish.
Thompson against SGA. And Thompson throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
SGA, good.
And that's Shea's favorite spot on the floor. His mid-range game is automatic.
That one's in, his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Unable to get that one. Good D by Thompson. Ball's knocked loose. Holmgren with the steal. To the wing right side. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Now Booker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. We talked about Jalen Williams and what he wanted to see from his team defensively against him. He told me we just have to be aware of where he is at all times. The second you lose sight of him, that's when he'll torch you. We all got to be on the same page. It seems like Williams will be a central focus for them tonight. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. SGA passes to Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Back to Holmgren. 5 to shoot. Right side, SGA. And Ware pulls it down.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have taken that shot there. The defensive intensity was all over it.
Pass to Holmes. Holmes, that's a screen. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Nice D from Williams. To the wing on the left. Launches it. Dallas again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Outside, SGA. And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. We know about Holmgren's exceptional play defensively, but Tim, talk about his offensive game.
Well, he's incredibly versatile, Kevin. He can score down low, he can handle the basketball, shoots the three, and I'm not talking about standstill shots. He has the mobility to even come off screens.
Mitchell, he's checked in for the Thunder.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him. Oklahoma City trailing. And there's the drive. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Mitchell wide open. The Thunder with another miss. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Booker pulls it in. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to SGA. From 11 feet away, buries the jump shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Down low, Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Craig, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. And yes, it's good.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And Ware pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Holmes kicks to Ware. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure. And that one didn't happen. And, boy, they just rolled.
This has been that rare night where they got pretty much anything they wanted offensively.
Over to the left wing. Mitchell with the steal. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Mitchell missing.
He was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Pass to Holmes. Good D by Holmgren. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Mitchell outside. Again, Mitchell missing.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And a wide open look for SGA. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. It's Holmes, high post. Working on Booker. Holmes can't get it to go in. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Back to Mitchell. Holmgren sets the screen for Mitchell. And it's SGA in the corner. 4 on the clock. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Yeah, and rule number 1, defending Shea, stop the ball. Do not let him drive. Of course, that's easier said than done.
And Holmes throws it down.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebounded by Holmes.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Holmgren outside. Out to the right wing. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 6.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Well, you can tell when a shooter is confident. He shot that like he knew it was going in.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Thunder out in front, up 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
And for the Thunder, we've got Jared McCain, also Washington out there. And it's Mitchell in at the point.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now, here's Holmes. Sorber with the rebound. McCain gets a wide-open look. No good on the triple.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Has to Ware. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Ware's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Let's check in now with our LA reporters who's got a story for us. Alan?
Thanks, Kevin. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you, Kevin.
Yep, a wonderful organization. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Here's Sorber. He has yet to score. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Williams. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Thompson. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. And the Thunder making a switch here. Holmgren's checked in. Fires the 3. McCain's shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
That one goes in. 8 points for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
It's tipped, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Malawach just checked in for Dallas. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers.
And all those points off turnovers have been a huge bonus. I mean, that aggressive defense has also paid dividends at the offensive end of the floor.
Back to McCain. The Thunder with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's picked off. Inside. Jacks up a 3. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. McCain's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, this guy can flat out light it up. He can beat you off the catch, off the dribble, or off the move. Jared McCain's showing you everything.
Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
From past the arc, hits it from three-point range. 5 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Here's McCain. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston. Puts it up from 12, and it's Mitchell missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Malawach. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's deflected and stolen by Williams. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
The catalyst for that break was the steal by Williams, showing you what an elite defender he is.
Tim, how in the world did Jalen Williams fall into the Thunder's lap with the 12th pick back in that 2022 draft?
Well, Kevin, he played at a mid-major, so he was a bit of a late bloomer. A lot of people saw him as high floor, low ceiling type, and he was an awful fast riser as the draft got here, but still a steal in that late lottery.
And what a smart pick by that organization, huh? My goodness.
They seem to always get it right.
They do. And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the missed three from Chet Holmgren. To the middle, stolen. And here we go. Here's Williams, played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 4-point Oklahoma City lead.
And Williams is a really tough guy to slow down in the open floor.
Pass to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Holmgren outside. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Booker. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Booker's got his second basket of the night. Shoots from the line, and Dallas again with the bucket.
A shooter shoot, and he didn't quit. Much better performance this quarter.
Here's SGA. Using his size out of the backcourt, Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Gilgeous-Alexander has shown tremendous growth in this area. His ability to break down a defense on ball screen.
There's the pick. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Williams with the defensive effort. The Thunder leading by 5. Launches a 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Well, that's got to be an area of concern in this one. If they are able to dominate the boards again, it could be a repeat of the last meeting.
With 3, Booker. Dallas has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. To the left side wing. Here's Holt. And the call will be against Khalil Ware. That's his first foul. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, that bucket from SGA just shows you a lot of grit.
Here's Holt. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And we welcome you to halftime. And just for a moment here, I was wondering, if you guys were playing in the league today, which current player would you most like to team up with? Turning back now to that game we've been watching, a positive first half for the Thunder.
Sometime it takes.
And that'll do it for half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Dallas trails by 6. Holmes down low, defended by Booker. Holmgren with the steal. And for Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren out there with Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Booker in at the 5. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Holmes. Plays it up and banks it in. Holmes got 10.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Kicks it out to Holmgren. Got a piece of it.
And they start the second half.
Whoa! He flew in there.
Wow! Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now here's Williams, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And that miss makes him 0 for 4 to start this quarter. Not exactly the start they were hoping for.
For Dallas, they have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. And it's tied up with that one.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month. The shot clock leaders. You take a look at Holmgren, second in the NBA, a great defender. And, of course, Khalil Ware. He can also get after it. Such a great shot blocker.
I mean, those two have been playing some special low-post defense. And a lot of the shots I've seen them swatting away aren't easy to get to.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks. Chet Holmgren checked some boxes. He said if you can play defense and shoot the ball, you can pretty much play on any court, anywhere. Those are two things that are always needed on the basketball court, and that's where the foundation of my game started. Back to you guys.
A unique talent. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Wasted no time on that one. And now a 5-point Maverick lead. Williams looking around. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Halt the run. Holmes with the steal. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Ware kicks to Thompson. Dallas moving it around. Shot clock at 5. Now Ware. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Jalen Williams.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
Here's Ware. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists now tonight.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
The kick out to Williams. And the 3 ball is good. Williams has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And allowing this to go no further. He stops a 15-0 run by Dallas.
Thompson with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Booker against Holmes. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Holmgren left side. Booker is screen on Thompson. SGA from outside. Rebounded by Holmes.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It seems like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tim, has the ball handling and finishing package of a player 6 inches shorter. What he does at his size is really amazing.
Yeah, I think he has the offensive game of a shorter player because he thought he was only going to be 6'1". He got to 6'6". So now you've got this incredible array of shot making around the rim with a much taller player. That is a difficult combination to deal with.
So he had to readjust not only physically but mentally how he approached the game, correct?
Absolutely. It changed everything for his approach.
Has to wear. With the drive, and that one drops for him. 14 points for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now Mitchell. And then Mitchell at the dump.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown. Ware's got the lead up to 9 now for the man.
Yeah, boy, has he dialed in perfect from the field this period.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander, dangerous on the run.
Shai is just relentless, continuing to attack the defense over and over.
Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night. And that's what separates Shai from other guards. He can absorb the contact inside and still finish.
And that one is off. Thunder trailing by 3. 107 left here in the third quarter. Count the basket.
Shai had him guessing on that dribble move. The defender was absolutely lost trying to stay with him.
Holmes with a screen on SGA. Second chance shot. Indeed, Holmes drops it in. Holmes got 12.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Six on the shot clock. Mitchell against Thompson. And it's Mitchell missing.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Obviously, SGA's scoring attracts the most attention, but you can't ignore his passing ability.
He gets it up.
Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's just great awareness.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll return shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And for Oklahoma City, the post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Then it's Jared McCain. Then it's Mitchell. Here's Ware. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A nice shot by McCain.
Well, that's a really creative move right there by McCain. He was able to beat defense that was ready.
Got it. Good job in the low post. 24 points for him.
Oh, wow, that is difficult. He goes with the finger roll. What a finish.
Holmgren outside. From the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Holmes got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And the second free throw, good. Thunder trailing by 6. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Mitchell kicks to Holmgren. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you look at Holmgren as a modern center. He has the perfect combination of height, shooting, and defense.
And he sinks the second. Dallas leading by 5. Driving to the basket. Boom, he jams it straight down.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Holmgren sets the screen for McCain. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Wow, look at that acceleration by McCain that time on the drive. That is elite level and very difficult for the defense to rotate properly.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Holmgren the screen. Fires for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Ware's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Got that one up quick. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
McCain's shot is off.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work down low.
Well, you want those shots anytime you can get a high percentage at the rim.
Here's Holmgren. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle. 2 shots coming up. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Now, where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. Thunder trailing by 7. The shot by Williams, no good. Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Those are the type of turnovers that kill you. Just an unforced error.
Oklahoma City's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight. offensive rebound. And it's good for 2. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Home team foul. Number 33. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Holmgren outside. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. They get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Outside Booker. All right, here's Williams. Crane from outside.
Oh, Williams has turned into a great clutch player. He just loves the big shots.
Nice. Oh, what a slam!
Clean that up.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans... jaws are on the ground right now. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Mark Daigneault had some words for his team over the last break. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Holmgren with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander. Jumper is off.
What a great look, but an even better contest. That's how you shut down the painted area.
He gets it to go. Thunder trailing by 7. Williams outside. The 3 doesn't go. Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. It's Booker, and the rejection by Holmes. And they recover it. Gets another look, and the crafty layup. Good.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
Williams, he's off from 3. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Ware, defended by Booker. Another shot. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Yeah, I think it's time to wave the white flag.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
First personal foul, second team.
Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And so Ware nails both of them.
Stepped up to the line, and he took care of his business and guaranteed the win.
That's tipped, stolen by Thompson. Puts it right back up and in. Snatched away. Nice use of the glass on the finish. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage.
that's law on God. Low key.